Hey, what's going on, folks? My name is Gray, this is Consoletronix, and what you're looking at right now is some of my video games collection that I've got here on these shelves. And as you can see, it's a little bit chaotic, a little bit higgledy-piggledy. For a long time now, I've been meaning to come up here and actually sort this stuff out, tidy it up a little bit. And I thought I might get some of that done today, but instead, I got to work on this, my Transformers G1 toy collection. Yeah, that's right, for the last 4 or 5 years I've been collecting a lot of these figures. But this is my first time putting them up on display. Normally when I pick up a figure or two, they tend to get dumped into a box somewhere and just shoved to one side. So this is the first time I thought I'd put them up on display and see how they look in all their splendour. And they're looking pretty good, adding a bit of colour to the room, I think. But I'm nowhere near finished, if I can turn around without crushing everything. As you can see, I've got a lot more figures to sort out, go through, and I don't know if I'm going to have room for all of these, especially with my Micromaster collection there still yet to make a start on. And here we have G1 Tracks, the re-release. Hound, who's that? Red Alert. Oh bloody hell, there's a load being crushed down here as well. Yeah, as you can see, quite a busy morning. But it's not about my Transformers that I want to talk to you about, because while in the process of digging out all these different characters, I did come across something which I think might interest you, and that is some video game magazines, and in particular these two, Sega Force and its sister title, N-Force. Now, most of you watching this probably never heard of Sega Force or N-Force, and there's very good reason for that. They were pretty short-lived UK exclusive magazines. In fact, I think both of them would be gone off the shelves within about 18 months of their launch. However, for their brief existence, I personally found them not only highly entertaining, but also highly influential. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. One in particular would be the artwork that adorned each and every issue, courtesy of an old hand in the business called Oliver Frey. But yeah, I haven't got much leg room here, so I'm going to make a quick edit and move along to somewhere where I can actually show off these a little bit better. And boom, if I come downstairs to go all Ashens on you by bringing this to you from the sofa. Yeah, so Sega Force, N-Force. I can't remember what I was talking about upstairs. I think I was talking about the in-house artist Oliver Frey. Now, it's not just video games he would become famous for, but he would also do work on British comics, like here when he did the cover for the Eagle Annual of 1985. Unfortunately, he didn't contribute any art to any of the strips inside, but I'm pretty sure he did do more Dan Dare work for Eagle. So let's have a look at Sega Force and N-Force. And well, the first thing that hit me here, I don't know about you, but yeah, not just the cover price of 99p, but check the date, July 1992, almost exactly 30 years ago. And what's even more incredible about that is here you have another copy of issue 1 with the cinema ticket still attached. But yeah, this one is the actual copy I got all the many years ago, July 1992. Bloody hell. But as Sega Force, I think, started a little bit earlier. In fact, it did 6 months earlier, January 1992. I thought we'd have a look at some Sega Force. Sega Force first and see what was going on in the world of Sega in January of 1992. So naturally we start with some adverts. What's that? Goldmaster Blasters. Yeah, the British company US Gold, quite prolific on the 8-bit home computers, I think. But yeah, quite popular on the Master System as well. And we have the gang all there. I'm not going to go into too much. In fact, when I've looked at other video games before, like Sega Force and what was the last one I looked at? Oh, Rays, the short-lived Rays. Yeah, I tended to kind of like waffle on a little bit too much, so I'm going to try and pick up the pace a little bit now. But yeah, we've got some news articles here. Happy birthday, Sega Force and the Mega CD. In fact, I think yeah, this article's talking about how both came out more or less the same time in December of 1991. I don't think the Sega CD or Mega CD as we knew it over here actually launched with that many games on the on its Japanese launch. I can't remember if it had any games at all, to be honest. So we're looking at hold on, we got some fan art already. What's this? May the Sega Force be with you. No clue what that's about. Let's have a look here. What we got? We got more adverts. Oh, this is actually, I don't know if I mentioned this. Yeah, the cover is for the video game Pit Fighter. Who remembers the last time Pit Fighter got a cover for it? Must be the Mega Drive. Yeah, Mega Drive. Mega Drive Pit Fighter. Is this a review or a preview? I can't tell. But we got some nice looking screenshots here. Yeah, it looks like it's a preview. I don't see any review score. But yeah, pretty limiting. Precursor to Mortal Kombat by Atari, I think it was. What's that? Runark. In fact, it's not called Runark. It's called Runark. It's one word. But what is the name of this? Growl. This is called Growl. It's I think the only arcade conversion, and we're trying to get a little close-in shot of some of that wonderful Oliver Frey artwork. Like I say, it would adorn the pages of each and every review. Kind of decent little game there. Obviously a preview. What's this? Gallagher. The old Gallagher, remember that? USA. Here and Now. Actually, what was going on in the USA? I see Bart Simpson there. The Simpsons was still being new. Game Gear titles are fast upcoming. New stuff as well as cool remakes of established hot titles such as Space Harrier and Ninja Gaiden, which seems to be appearing everywhere. So the Hedgehog has been moved to Gear and it looks great. Even with the memory meltdown to 2 megs. Blah blah blah. John Montana. Ooh, Snapshot. Slaughter Sports. Yeah, pretty piss poor game. Highly acclaimed. Probably the heaviest hitter in the Nintendo world is Acclaimed. These guys always get the best titles to license. Before now, they've been restricted to NES games. But now Genesis is on the platter. That's partly due to Nintendo's new scheme, which allows a NES license to produce for another platform. Hey, Nintendo scheme. Let me go. Blah 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 blah. So what titles will be shown up from Acclaim is a mystery right now. Oh well, that was worth it, wasn't it? Movie magic. Star Trek 6 is about to hit the movie theatres. Bloody hell. Oh, told you I'm 2. What else we got here? Saint Sword, Thunder Fox, PC Engine title, I think. We have some Quackshot excellent Mega Drive title preview. Or review. Oh, it's a review. Hold on a second. Let's see how Sega Force would review their games. So, presentation 93%, visuals 95%, Sonics, music in other words, 87%, playability 94%, lastability 88%, and it would get a grand score of 93%. Yeah, which came first actually? Quackshot or Tasmania? Because actually there might be a review of that here somewhere as well. What's this? Reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog. Ooh, let's have a look at a contemporary review of the very first Sonic the Hedgehog game for Master System. Now, I rate the Master System version very, very highly. Let's see if there's any little quick snippets of information I can get. Up and away, dodge the big guns, or the bullets will bonk you on the head. Let's get to the review. Presentation 90%, visuals 97%, music 84%, playability 98%, lastability 84%, overall 95%. Let's see what this guy Stu reckons. The only serious flaw on Sonic is game difficulty. One reviewer here completed the game in days, which was a problem with the Mega Drive game too. Collecting all the Chaos Gems secreted through the game adds some lastability, but in truth this is a wonderfully playable game. I've no doubt you'll come back again and again, even if you do complete it. Simply amazing, and via Master Gear Converter, unbelievably brill on GG. What's this? Totem Manoa, the first one. Let's have a look. 94%. Well, yeah, can't go wrong with that. Reviewed Mega Drive, Shadow of the Beast. 90%. Ooh, quite a high score there for Shadow of the Beast. Is that the Master System version? I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like it. What did they give Master System version of Shadow of the Beast? 80%. So, what else we got? We got some more artwork, and we got John Madden's Football 92, which I think was the first Madden football game. So, they give it 94%. Yeah, pretty high scores for the first issue. What's that? World Class Leaderboard for Game Gear. 79%. Heroes of the Lance. I think I'm missing a couple of pages here, I think. Ooh, what's this? We're going to tips now already. Bloody hell. What's that? Tips for Sonic the Hedgehog. We got some Populous tips. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the first issue, I think. Ooh, Shining. Oh no, we got more reviews. What's this? Shining in the Darkness. Excellent game. 90%. They've got some maps here which confused me a little bit. What's this? Sega Forces Complete Guide to Sega Gear. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of peripherals that were released for the Sega systems reviewed. James Bond 2, codename Robocod. What a lot of people don't realise that is that the very first James Bond was also available for Mega Drive, and it gave 86%. Next we have Speedball 2. Oh yeah. Again, a lot of the artwork here makes a great bit of difference. 90% for Speedball 2. Strider. Ooh, Strider Master System. This will be interesting. Oh, the first duffer so far. 60% they gave Strider for the Master System. What does this guy say about it? Aid. Let's have a look at the first paragraph. On first clapping eyes on Strider, I thought a good game lay in wait. The graphics are beautifully drawn with some good, nicely shaded backdrops and large, colourful, well-detailed sprites. Blah, blah, blah. What else does he say? A couple more whines. The time limits are too tight and control is sometimes difficult. I'm afraid the moans outweigh the good points. Strider is a game I can't recommend. Very articulate there. What's that? Super Kickoff. Bit of football for you. And one thing I've got no clue if this is actually gibberish or if this is real Japanese, but I used to like the way they'd include the Japanese, or what looks suspiciously like Japanese characters into the comic. It just added to the overall atmosphere. Super Kickoff. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. Super Kickoff Master System, I think was pretty decent. Yeah, actually I was right. Yeah, look, 90%. So what have we got? We've got some more adverts, have we? Ooh, Back to the Future 2. Master System. It came up for Mega Drive as well, I think. 62%. Seems a bit high. F-22 Interceptor. Some shoot 'em up action. What did I get? 90%. And Outrun Europa, a game I do not rate. But Sega Force gave 87%. Hard Driving. Another game I never really got on with. Mega Drive. 81%. Pretty decent. Sega Chess. Bloody hell. It got a Master Blaster. Sega Chess, 93%. There we go. What's that? Oh, Mercs. Nice artwork. Again, I used to try and copy these pictures over and over and over again. I used to love doing. I wanted to be a comic book artist at one time. So what are we looking at? We're looking at Mercs. Dolled up in fatigues, Adrian Pitt makes up his meagre income as a mercenary, but is the effort as playable as its ancestors. Yeah, that's right, Mercs is Commando 2. Very much so, according to the review. 89%. Bit high, but yeah, decent game. And speaking of decent games, we have Decap Attack. 80%. Oh, I expect that to be a little bit higher, to be honest. What's that? Ninja Gaiden for what? Game Gear. 71%, so they're not rating Ninja Gaiden. Touchdown. What? Wait, Ditka, Turrican, Star Control, Hardball, Onslaught. Now these games weren't official. Yeah, that's right, I think I'm right in saying that. These games, they didn't get permission from Sega to actually launch these games. They produced their own cartridges or something. So that's Sega Force, issue 1. Let's have a quick shifty through issue 2. I think this is issue 2. It is. In fact, do I have the complete collection? I can't remember. 3, 4, 5... Wait, what? Sega Force issue 5. Sega Force issue 5. Okay, there's a little mix up there, I think. What's that? Okay, so number 7. Free gift, which was some sort of membership card. These ones without covers would probably be the actual original ones I actually owned as a kid. I know this one is. Ooh, this one looks good. What's that? Issue 8. What was going on in issue 8? Now even bigger. 100 action-packed pages. They were looking at Keeper of the Gate, I'm not familiar with, Splatterhouse 2, Ninja Gaiden, and Olympic Gold, Alien 3, Batman and Chrysalis competitions. So yeah, it looks like Alien 3. I don't know if that was multi-format, but let's have a look inside and see. Again, we're greeted with some wonderful Oliver Frey artwork. He was at his best when he was doing the sort of horror stuff. So this was from... It was from August 1992, so it would have been from released in July. What's that? What? I can't tell. Sparking Sega, Safe Ballistics, Alien 3. Say what you will about Alien 3, the movie, but the games were pretty bloody good. See, it's just a preview, it looks like. What was going on stateside. Looks like they're talking about virtual reality, I think. Oh no, they're not. It's Batman Returns. What am I on about? Wait, hold on a second. What was the date again? Summer of 1992. The Sega CD was probably out in the States or was gearing up for its US launch at this time. It didn't come out here in the UK until 1993. Hook. Oh, of course, yeah, Hook would have been one of those big summer blockbusters. Stormlord 2, Keeper of the Gates. Not really familiar with Stormlord. I think it started as a computer game. Oh, my last page. This is a bit of a preview. Sega Force would get into some trouble in the later issues. I was hoping I might be able to find it. Ooh, Splatterhouse 2. Now, another thing about Sega Force was their reviews tended to be sort of more in tune with my own kind of... I'll give an example of what I mean here. Sega Force rating 63%, but they would go on to say in this review that the game was pretty playable and it was fun. It was just a bit short. Now, I love Splatterhouse 2. It is short, it is a bit repetitive, it is a bit limited in its moveset, but I do enjoy the game, I do enjoy going back and playing it. This game was absolutely savage in a lot of the magazines. They gave it terrible scores. At least Sega Force were the only ones who can't say, yeah, it's not great, but you know, you will get some fun out of it. And going down in price. Yeah, the prices of video games has long been a subject of controversy. For those of us in the UK, we grew up playing home computers. Most the expensive game you'd get would be about £15. But you'd have lots of budget software to sort of keep you going until like birthday or Christmas. But when we upgraded to consoles, it was only birthdays and Christmases really that you were getting games. So with the Super Nintendo probably coming out around this time, Sega decided to drop the price of some of the earlier titles. So they did some quick reviews. And one kind of goofy thing about this was all the games were pretty crap. What did they give Super Hang-On actually? 79%. Alex Kidd, 42%. Super Thunderblade, 37%, which I think is a bit generous. And Last Battle they gave they gave 33%. So yeah, they weren't too fond of the... What's that, Space Harrier 2? Actually, what did they give Space Harrier 2? 55%, yeah, not great. World Cup Italian 90. Probably the first football game most people remember playing. I think it's got the biggest score at 62%. Oh, who remembers that? Never had one actually. I've always wanted to pick one up. The Menacer. Other than Terminator 2, I can't really think off the top of my head. Was there any other games released for it? So let's have a look at the cart charts. It is for Mega Drive. For the summer of 1992, the top 10 best-selling games in the UK were PGA Tour Golf, Test Drive 2, Hellfire, new entry, Super Basketball, Winter Challenge, Road Rash, Streets of Rage 1, EA Hockey, Kid Chameleon, new entry at number 2, and Desert Strike. What did I say about Kid Chameleon there? Watch out for the new kid on the block. Straight up to second spot comes Sega's Super Cool Kid C. And Master System. A lot of sports titles there, to be honest. We'll start with another sports title. Wimbledon. We got Donald Duck, Super Monaco, Mickey Mouse, Super Kickoff, Ghost House. Who remembers Ghost House? That was only available on card, wasn't it? Champions of Europe, Teddy Boy, Asterix, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was knocked off top spot off the Game Gear by Super Kickoff, if you can believe that. What have we got here? We got Chuck Rock. And of course, we see some people getting hurt by rocks. Lovely. Chuck Rock, 91%. Fantastic little game, actually. And what's that, poster? I think it is. But I think you have to pull out the middle section, which I'm not going to do. So we've got tips and tricks for lots of different games, like Asterix. What else we got? Forgotten World. Tips for the Mega Drive. Maps. Tasmania. Tasmania would be a hugely important release for the Mega Drive, but it seemed to come and go very quickly and nobody talks about it now at all. More tips, and there's that second half of that poster. Krusty Super Funhouse, that review. 93% for Krusty Super Funhouse. the Terminator. Now a lot of people don't know this, but when Terminator 2 came out, Nintendo had the exclusive video game rights for it. But Sega weren't going to be left out of that, so they commissioned games based on the first movie, which came out, I think, on all systems: Master System, Game Gear, Mega Drive, and Mega CD. So this is the Master System version that's being reviewed. 90%. I think I have played the Master System version, not patched on the Mega Drive one, obviously. What's that? Alicia Dragoon. Sega UK are finally catching up. Paul Mellerick takes a breather to tell you what's what. Don't know what that's about. 72% for Alicia Dragoon. What does he say? Plug this one in and you're impressed by the quality of the graphics straight away, the clear sharp images and well animated sprites are enough to set any seasoned arcader drooling. Get a load of the sound effects as well and you're hard to find a fault with Alicia Dragoon. Well, we found a fault somewhere at 72%. What else have we got? Ferrari Grand Prix. What else? Oh, what's that? Arcade Smash hits. Yeah, they were even interested in retro all those years ago. What did they give it? 85%. Old Atari arcade hits, I think. Pop Hills, which is pretty decent if I remember. Clacks. These reviews are previews. What's going on? Hollow World. Reviewed Hollow World. Not familiar with Hollow World. What did they give Hollow World? So this is by It is a Mega Drive game, isn't it? No, even look at the screenshots, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. It says it's an RPG. So what did they give it? 67%. Good looking game, somewhat tedious, rather expensive too. I'm curious now, what is Hollow World? There's nothing better than sitting around a table with a few mates, lights dimmed, imagination running wild, adrenaline pumping like Paul Mellerick on an airbed. That's true role-playing. Convert an RPG to console, add a touch of 16-bit chicanery, and the atmosphere associated with role-playing goes down the tubes. That's my hypothesis anyway. Argue, and you're dead. Believe it or not, I can count up the decent Mega Drive RPGs on the fingers of one hand. Unfortunately, Hollow World ain't one of them. Hollow by name, hollow by nature. Very more intrigued now. What's that? Olympic gold. Oh, of course, 92. I think the Olympics was on. One day in full swing. Grand Slam tennis. Not a fan of sports games, so we're going to skip over that. Bart versus the Space Mutants. That's sort of interesting. As for a long time, it was a Nintendo exclusive. What do they think of Bart versus 91%? Really? Aerial Assault. Looks like a Game Gear game. 48%. Ooh. George Foreman's KO boxing. He wasn't even world champion at this time, was he, George Foreman? I can't remember. 55%. Again, that seems a bit high. Prince of Persia, the original Prince of Persia. Game Gear preview. Came out for literally every system known to man. Dragon's Fury was a pinball game, I think. Ninja Gaiden for the Master System. Great game, 90%. Empire of Steel, half decent shoot 'em up, 72%. Is that 2-page spread for bloody Paperboy? Twin Cobra, half decent shooter, Mega Drive. What did they give it? 71%. Kadesh. Paul Mellerick again, loves bangers and mash and doesn't take any old flack. But here comes Kadesh. Is it good or a pile of cack? It's a pile of cack, 60%. We have some fan art gracing the pages. Actually, let's have a look at some of these lens pages, see if we can find any interesting ones. I'm trying to read through the lens finder, so bear with me a second. Let's have a look. Cheap and nasty, that sounds good. What's going on here? Can't even see it. I used to buy all 3 Sega magazines every month. All 3 Sega magazines. He's probably talking about Sega 4, Sega Power, Sega Pro. But something really funny started to happen with the other 2. They have taken to sticking crappy bits of electronics on their covers and sticking the price up. That's a dig at Sega Force. Yeah, Sega Force, because they used to give away things like headphones. Look at Sega Power. Wait, did I say Sega Power? Yeah, it was Sega Power used to give away the headphones. Look at Sega Power, for instance. They sold me a free set of earphones that were absolutely shite, and they charged me 55p extra for this free gift. What a rip-off. Then a Sega Pro. They gave me a watch. I don't remember that. That cost me a full quid extra. Yes, a full quid. It took ages to work because the plonkers didn't print the instructions till the month after. And even when I did get it to work, I wore it and the strap burst, causing it to fall into a puddle. And that was the end of that. Another thing, both these Sega magazines say they are Britain's best-selling Sega magazines. I suppose they're both telling porkies. Oh well, I suppose I'll put up with Sega Force. It might have some crap... Oh well, I suppose I'll have to put up with Sega Force. That's this magazine right here that he's written into. It might have some crap reviews, but at least it doesn't rip me off. Rip me off for shitty bits of broken Hong Kong crap. Oh, that's good. What else? Another Crawley Bumlick. I have a few questions. Oh, this guy's got some questions. Let's have a look. Number one. I think Sega... There's a knock at me door. 1 second. And boom, just like that, it's the very next day and I can't remember what the bloody hell I was talking about. But we might as well use this opportunity to segue from Sega Force to looking at a couple of issues of N-Force. But before I do, there is one thing about Sega Force I would like to mention. In fact, it's something to do with a lot of these Sega magazines of the early 90s, and that many of them included things like this. This is actually a novelization of the ever popular Smash TV video game. There would be a couple of others. I think there's a Street Fighter 2 novelization here in N-Force somewhere. Although it would be Sega Power, the rival to Sega Force, that would be the dominant novel giver-awayers, because they would provide novelizations of, what was it, Golden Axe, Road Rash, and I think Desert Strike, and there might even be one other. But as fantastic as Sega Force is, we need to come to a bit of N-Force. So I'm going to put aside that one and look at a better quality issue. This, what's that on the cover actually? This is, I think, supposed to be a Street Fighter 2 cover, believe it or not. Now, the reason why there's a gap between the launch of Sega Force and N-Force is I think N-Force was held back to coincide with the launch of the Super Nintendo here in the UK. And what did the Super Nintendo cost here in the UK? $149.99. I'm guessing that's with no games. Game Boy games and Mega Drive games. I can't see, but let's have a look. Actually, what was the date? I think it was the summer of 1992. What was the hot titles in the summer of 1992? In fact, it would cover all Nintendo machines, Game Boy, NES, and Super NES. But let's have a look. We have got Super Castlevania 4, Contra Spirits, Krusty's Funhouse, Lemmings, Mystical Ninja, Pit Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Super Off-Road, Super Smash TV. Turtles in Time, WrestleMania, Link to the Past. A very strong lineup of titles there. Any news going on? Or they're advertising the Super Scope. Some sort of infrared controller thingamy-bob. What else? Meet the Gang. The Gang here, while you'd get a lot of in-house... a lot of illustrations provided by in-house artist Oliver Frey in the pages of Sega Force, you'd actually get a recognisable cast of characters appearing in N-Force. And well, you don't want to know about them, you want to see some games. So we're looking at some, looks like news, and we come to Street Fighter 2. Now this is the original Street Fighter 2, methinks. Let's have a look. Preview or review? It looks like a preview. Street Fighter 2, obviously, one of the biggest games of all time. Taking aim with the Super Scope, like the Menacer, didn't really catch on. What else have we got? What's that? Short-lived Game Boy magazine. Critical Acclaim. So yeah, we've got some upcoming titles from publisher Acclaim. I think. I don't see any titles. What is that? I think you could. I think you could move sprites on screen by waving your hands around. Why do you want to do that as opposed to holding a normal controller? I don't know, but there you go. We haven't got any reviews yet. What's going on here? What's that? Star Wars for NES, I think. Is it a review? Is it a preview? Is it an advanced play? Well, sort of. But with some high caliber Star Wars tips and a captivating compo from across the pond thrown in for good measure, we launch Metal Marshal at the Death Star to investigate. And his findings were... oh, missed it. And we got our first review, I think. 73% for The Simpsons Bark vs. the World for NES. I'm looking for some Super Nintendo reviews. And we have... allowed Game Fiends Only, the leanest, meanest magazine about the Nintendo Entertainment System combination. Good stuff. What's that? Centipede, bloody hell. Pit Fighter, 36%. Actually, the Sega version, I think the Sega version, they give Sega version something like 90-something%. Zelda, Link to the Past. Ooh, let's have a look at what they thought about Zelda Frey on Super Nintendo. Is this a review or a preview? I think it was a launch title here in the UK. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was an early release. Well, let's have a read of what they say then. When comparing games consoles, the types of games available always comes up. Which has the best action, the best adventure? Now no one can deny that Nintendo does best is adventure. Link, blah blah blah. The first place here is equal in difficulty to the 9th level in Zelda, blah blah blah. Yeah, they liked it basically. Big Nose, the Caveman, never heard of it, 82%. I'll have to have a look into that one. Adam's Family, god, that game came out on every single system. What else we got? Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Game Boy, 83%. Dizzy, who remembers Dizzy? 90% for NES. Star Trek? Game Boy? 46%. Bab's Big Break. Oh, one of those Tiny Toon adventure games. 90%. Ooh la. Here we go. Turtles in Time. What are they saying? Well, they're not giving it a review anyway. Beetlejuice, 86%. Super Smash TV, 91%. Hook, the big summer blockbuster, 73%. Ooh, Battletoads, 86%. Quite a high review, I think. What else have we got? Not a lot. Let's jump forward a couple of months and see what else was going on in Nintendo Land. Universal Soldier. Ooh. Here we have the Street Fighter 2 novelization, and I haven't read this since I was a bloody teenager, but I think this book is vastly different from what you're used to, as I think a couple of characters are actually killed off, and it uses the original Japanese naming conventions as well, which confused the bloody hell out of me. So Balrog and Bison, they've got the original Japanese names. So we've got some Simpsons action. The ones without covers are usually the ones I've actually kept all these years. End of year goodies. What year are they talking about? End of 1993. So we'll jump forward a year. Have a look and see what's going on. I think Enforce was getting ready to close its doors around this time. What's been reviewed for Super Nintendo? Mickey's Magical Quest, Roadrunner, Super Double Dragon. Not a lot. Lemmings, Parasol Stars. Now I used to buy, even though in like 92, 93 I didn't actually have any Nintendo systems. I think I might have got a Game Boy in 93, late 93 maybe. I used to pick up Enforce. But it wasn't the only Nintendo focused magazine I would pick up. As I would also pick up Super Play, another Nintendo exclusive magazine. And as a well-known lover of all things Sega, why did I pick up Super Play? Well, Super Play, much like Enforce, would be focused on the Japanese side of things. In fact, my first introduction to most popular anime and the like would come from magazines like Enforce, like Sega Force, or even magazines like Raze, which I've already looked at. So what's this? Magical Quest, fantastic game. This review or preview? It's a review, 93%. There'll be a couple of sequels out for that. Tom and Jerry for SNES, I don't know that one. Guessing there's a preview then, I don't see a review score. There'll be a couple of there'll be a couple of Tom and Jerry games, but not many of them would be very good. Lemmings, can't go wrong with a bit of Lemmings, can you? 81%. Got to be the Super Nintendo version, that one. Super Star Wars, the first of the trilogy for SNES, 95%. Excellent game. Roadrunner, not an excellent game, but 89%. Or am I confusing that with Tasmania, I forget. Parasol Stars, 72%. So let's have a look Actually, there wasn't that much stuff being reviewed in that issue. Let's have a look and see if we can find one that's got something a bit more interesting inside it. Maybe a bit of news or something. Before I bring this video to an end, in this issue, Cool World. Who remembers Cool World? Mario Paint, Pang. No, not that much. But as you can see, they're still reviewing NES titles back in, when was this? 92, I think. Oh, they're talking about the Mario movie. Who's that? British Bulldog. Fit for a king. Recently crowned WWF Champion of Europe, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith shows what he gets up to after going a few bone crunching rounds in the old squared circle. Anything else at all interesting here? Don't know who that is. Spider-Man, Return of the Sinister Six, 85%. Anything else? Actually, there's a Japanese news section. Whether they got rid of it by this time. Bloody golf games. I never understood the appeal of golf games. Zelda. Where's your creepy goal in my magazine? Still talking about Hook. All tips of Legend of Zelda. And WWF Superstars, what did they give that? 74%. Mario Paint. Gold Medal Challenge. Olympic game. Super Pang. Great game. 81%. Barbie? For NES? 34%. What was the point of doing that 2-page review? Actually, let's have a look at that. That's a Game Boy review. They literally took screenshots by literally just photographing the screen. And look how good they come out. The Simpsons only got 77%. North and South. Fantastic Amiga game. Not so much on NES. Ferrari Challenge. King of the Monsters. Ooh, King of the Monsters. 70%. Yeah, a bit limiting, but fun game. How about Tom and Jerry? Was Tom and Jerry coming back at this time? For the NES? 80%. I'll check out some more Tom and Jerry games. Phalanx. Worst cover in I've probably ever seen in my life, but yeah, half decent game. Hence Frankie's Quest, which got 75%. And to be honest, I think that's a lot. So, Dragon's Lair on Game Boy. I think it's, no, not Game Boy, what am I talking about? On Super Nintendo. 87%. So, we have looked at quite a lot of stuff covering two fantastic short-lived magazines, Sega Force and N-Force. And like my Super Play collection over there, I do have other magazines I'd like to take a look at, including some American and Japanese magazines, like Game Fan, what was those Japanese ones? What was it? Mega Fan and PC Engine Fan. I've got dozens of those. So, yeah, this video has gone on for quite a while. I hope you guys enjoyed reminiscing with me, going back and looking at what we used to get our information from prior to the internet. And if you have any collection of magazines or what magazines you grew up reading, let me know in the comment section down below. So my name is Gray, you've been watching Consoletronix, lots more videos coming your way soon. So thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, goodbye.